Today we're going to be talking about the difference between full-size double strollers and the new trend of popular stroller wagons. And be sure to stay tuned because we have an announcement we'll share later on in the video. Okay, so let's dive in. So stroller wagons are brand new. Wagons have been around for a long time, but this new trend of trying to bridge the gap between stroller wagons and wagons is something that we've seen a lot of people talking about. And as someone who's tested a lot of strollers, I'm now really excited to kind of give you the differences, the pros and cons, and kind of what I think the wagon is really good for, because I do think they're different audiences. If you're new here, I'm Emily. I'm a mom of two, and the secret we've been keeping is we are now actually expecting our third baby due in early 2024. So we're super excited for that. And I was really excited to see that the wagon actually holds more than two kids. And so that's something that's really exciting that I am interested in as a mom who's now going to be having three babies. So let's dive into price. So price for these two items can be pretty comparable, with the higher end wagons being just a little bit more. When you get into all the features and the accessories of strollers, they can be pretty comparable, but you're also seeing on these higher wagons a pretty steep price tags compared to many strollers. So that's just something to keep in mind. Now, the biggest benefit of stroller wagons for the most part is that they do hold more kids and have a higher weight. But with that, they're often much heavier. And I have definitely, and bulkier as well. I have definitely found that. Now I have the Mockingbird here, which is a modular stroller. So while it is very big and long, and definitely longer than the wagon, I can take all the pieces off when I'm loading into my car. So it fits a lot better in my trunk. I'm able to kind of be able to have some different configurations, where the wagon, you pretty much just get what you get. Now, most wagons are not compatible for infants. So again, think of your old like Fisher Price Little Tykes wagons that were just the seats, or even before they didn't even have seats. You would just put your kids in, load all your stuff in, and take them, right? You're not going to be putting an infant in a wagon. Many of the higher end ones do have car seat adapters available, but again, that's going to take up a lot of your space in your wagon. So it does give you that availability, but if you're going to be using this from birth, there are a lot of benefits to a stroller, which allows you to have configurations like a bassinet, a seat that can recline, right, to multiple configurations based off your baby's age. They're much better for napping. They have some storage depending on, like, I have a full size here, so it can hold 25 pounds in the basket, whereas this wagon as a whole can hold 100, this is the Bob Renegade, can hold 165 pounds. And it really just depends on the wagon. You'll be able to see kind of what they can hold. So it just depends on, are you someone who's hauling things? But again, like I said, from that infant standpoint, there's a lot of benefits of a stroller being able to take you up. And if you have kids that need a nap on the go, it's not this, for example, the Bob, there really is no configuration that your kid's going to be able to nap in this wagon. The thing I love about the wagon is it holds three children, and it does hold up to 165 pounds. So they say in general 55 pounds in the seat. The Mockingbird holds 45 pounds in a seat. The other thing I will say is, with this full-size stroller, specifically these ones that are modular, right? So you have the front and back seats. A 45-pound kid is going to be really heavy to push, and it's long, and so I have found that that's something I don't love about this. As a single stroller, it's great. I can easily push a 45-pound kid, but if you have two of them in here, that's something that's a little more difficult. Whereas the wagon distributes the weight much more evenly, and it's a heavier stroller, so it's going to be able to do that really well. Another area that you'll see some differences is, in general, these full-size strollers have a lot more suspension built into them. Some of the higher end wagons are trying to get there, but in general, because they have that boxy 4 tires, how they kind of, the design distribution of weight, they don't have as much suspension, which it isn't as bad, especially if you're dealing with older kids, but it can be nice to have that smoother push of the stroller. The one thing I will also say is I have taken both of these strollers and tried them out on sand. And because the wheels lock in the wagon, it does much better. Does it do awesome? No. You are still like dragging and pushing and like trying to play with it to get it there. Whereas the stroller, like, it doesn't even move. So that is something that's nice to know. I will also say that the wagon is really nice for storage, right? So you don't have to, your kids want to walk, they're playing. You can load this baby up with soccer balls, with beach equipment, right? We just went to the lake recently. We put all the life jackets and all those things in there. That was so nice. I also really like that it has this tray in between, and the cup holders actually hold kids' cups. specifically for the Bob Wagon. I don't know if that's true for all of them, but there's things like that that I do feel like the Wagon, just because it's bigger, it has some better features. I like that a lot of the newer wagons are having canopies, and I do feel like they've been really nice there. And then you have the option to push or pull with the Wagon, whereas with a stroller, you have the only option is pushing it. Okay, so if you're trying to decide between which one is right for your family, I also have an option, be sure to stay tuned for, that I will show you, that kind of is a little bit of a hybrid between the two. But if you're specifically looking at wagons, after using both of these strollers with my kids, I think the Wagon is really nice if you have older children, right? So you have the children that are older that can kind of climb in. They like the ability to climb in and out. They're not going to be napping on the go. If you're constantly going to events where you're having to haul a lot of things, or you're traveling to the beach regularly, or those things, being able to have the Wagon is super nice. It's also really easy to clean, which I really like. It is something that's kind of fun right now, right? A lot of kids who don't like the stroller, they don't want to sit in the stroller anymore. You can have older kids. And then that ability to carry 3, 4 kids sitting is super, super nice. In regards to the stroller, it is much better, I feel like, for day-to-day life and use from an infant on. So you have those different configurations. It's compatible with your car seat. You can have a second seat. They can face forward. They can face rear. It's comfortable, right? So these are plastic seats here, but then these have the nice comfortable padding that have various reclines. You do have decent basket space, but again, it's not meant to haul. And then the push, just in general, is a little bit nicer depending on the weight of your kids. Once your kids start getting heavier and bigger, that you might like the Wagon, but you're still going to have to pull and push a little bit there. If you can't decide between either and you like the features, I'd like to throw an option for you out right now. Okay, so if you're on the fence, you like the hauling abilities of a Wagon, but you like being able to have car seat compatibility, a bassinet, seats that recline, some of those comfort features and suspension of a stroller, I'd like to introduce you to the Oslin, which is a stroller I hadn't heard about until I started reviewing strollers. But it is a really unique stroller that is made to haul, has similar weight capacity, but it works more like a stroller, right? So you can see it has this seat that turns into a full bassinet, and I will link below my full review of this video, but it expands and has the ability to put a cargo bag here. You can do a full seat. You can see I have the sit-in stand. It has many different features. It even sells beach wheels so that it can handle the beach a little bit better. Probably similar to the Wagon, to where it's perfect. I don't really know if there's a perfect stroller Wagon situation for the beach, but it's going to handle it a lot better than the full size like a Mockingbird. So I just want to throw this out there as a potential option if you're kind of looking for that hybrid, and be sure to check out the link below. I hope you found this video very helpful. Be sure to comment below with any questions you have about strollers, wagons, anything baby gear. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you on another video.